Hey there, UKDCers. Today, this knife comes on behalf of Carl Pearson at British EDC on Instagram. He's actually sent me a bunch of knives to review, which is great, especially through this quarantine. So, thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciated. This, as well, is pretty special. It's a custom urban. We've already looked at the urban, so this will be sort of more an assessment of Odin's gear, who also works through Instagram, his sort of custom work, which is pretty good. So, I mean, it's a Spyderco Urban. This was originally just a standard FRN, so we'll get rid of that. And just look at that. An absolutely wonderful Union Jack. You have sort of you've got a bead blasted finish on sort of the recesses, or mottled, or however you want to call that, and then just the standard TI for the rest of it there. And on the other side it is reversed, so you have the mottled for the larger detail, and then the smooth for the finer details there. This does come at the cost of some thickness. This is definitely a fair chunk heavier than your standard Spyderco Urban, so it is a trade-off. The Urban is sort of aimed at being, you know, ultra lightweight, ultra portable kind of thing, so it does, you know, sort of undo that a little, but I think it looks absolutely stunning, and I'm sure most of you will agree. As for hand feel, I mean, the thickness feels great in the hand. You know, it sort of feels that really well. You've got, he can do like custom laser etchings onto your blade there. That little bunny there was a specific request for Carl there, and that's a personal special meaning to him. So there's the spine, which is wonderful. On the inside, I can't really see anything too crazy in there. No, nothing too weird, but the action is wonderful. The centering is dead on. Just absolutely wonderful work. There is one thing that I think can be improved upon, and that is the way the spine sort of sits. You can see it's quite deeply recessed here, and then when you get to the end, it's actually a little bit proud. The half stop is literally an Urban thing. You can't really do anything about that without significantly changing the Urban. And then you go back to the same deal in the open position. You can see again it's quite recessed here, a little proud here. Obviously, there's no way I'd be able to do any better than this. That's what I've been able to see. The other thing, of course, is to keep in mind when you're using a Spyderco clip with TI is that you're always going to get that snail trail there as the clip sort of wiggles back and forth. I have the same thing on my Spyderco pits. It looks like it was installed on this side for a brief period. As I can see two just dots there that sort of line up with this, although I could be mistaken. That's entirely a guess. But yeah, it's a damn good job. Could maybe do with just thinning a tiny little bit just to shed some weight. But again, that might not be possible due to the screws that come with it. You know, these would be maybe proud if you made these scales too thin, or you know, something like that. There's probably a reason that I, as a non-knife or custom maker of anything, am not understanding. Yeah, I do rate Odin's gear stuff. He can do custom hardware as well. And, you know, like I said, I've not been sent anything by him. This is Carl Pearson's that he paid for, that he's then lent to me, and I'm getting to take a look at. I don't know if there's a waiting list for Odin's gear. I think he's quite popular, so there may well be. I wouldn't expect too quick of a turnaround. You know, custom makers on Instagram and that lot probably get inundated with a lot of different requests. That said, I've never used one. I've been planning to, but it's always a case of I'd rather buy a new knife for review than customize one I already have, really. So I don't know when I'll get round to that, if ever, but it's certainly at the back burner. That said, if I do get some custom made, I will likely be going to Odin's gear because these look fantastic to me. I'm really impressed with how this came out. I mean, look at how neat those edges are, and how good the sort of just the different finish is able to give such a different colour with the same material. That's so well done. Anyway, enough of me prattling on about custom scales there. I also do really like this. I think that's done pretty well. So there you go. The Odin's gear, sort of custom urban, as sort of designed a bit by Carl Pearson and made by Odin's gear, I guess. Thank you very much. Cheers.